Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The Trojans offense will take the field first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know played the position. When you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do.
And a sack all the way back at the 5.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts up front. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line, guys that can be versatile and line up at different positions, but create havoc in the backfield, and that's what this guy has been able to do throughout his career.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Trying to set up the screen. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down. The Trojans want to crank the tempo.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no-huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He's knocked down for a loss of 7. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Trojans will call on their punt team. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. So Alabama's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Looking to pass. It's Russell. Right down the middle. Got him downfield. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown time! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Coming out with it, it's Riggs. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Rides to back on the option to give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Trojans headed quickly to the line. Wants to go up top. That's caught. It's Stevens. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
So now it's 2nd and long. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. And the Trojans will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. Here comes that Alabama offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. They went up top to pick up the last 1st down. Let's see what they have here. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Buying some time as he moves left. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
I love the bootleg right away out of the quarterback. Why? Get him outside the pocket now. When he's that dynamic, that fast, you get him out there quick, you get him in space. Now you got to bring this athlete to the ground with an option to pass the football. Really, really hard-line defense.
They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. Off play action. Moving away from pressure. And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front.
Man, getting to this quarterback is pivotal. You saw it last drive, way too much time. They score a touchdown. Nice job on 2nd down. Anticipating the pass, playing the pass, getting the sack, and now forcing a difficult 3rd down.
Throws to the tight end. Big fella moving. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Got 5 on that last one. Now, how aggressive will they be on 2nd and inches? Dropping back, it's Russell. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And what a nice play call and nice execution. Play action, you're thinking run. Quarterback pulls it out, throws the football right behind those guys, and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice job there by the quarterback, too, on the ball handling. He just froze the defense just long enough to help those wide receivers and targets get some separation in the end zone, and at that point, it was just an easy pitching coach.
I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up in protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up a safety.
So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Man, that was an impressive and dominant 1st quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Gonna run it. It's Dalton. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The Trojans will punt it away on 4th down. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. And the returner goes down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Breaks into the open. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Really nice run there. Now, listen, modern-day college football, I know it's all about spread offense and throwing the football and going up tempo and scoring quickly, but, man, you think back to Bear Bryant in Alabama, doesn't it always seem like they've always wanted to establish the run game? They have always wanted to be physical. Bear Bryant would have loved this guy in his backfield. With his physical style of running, man, he fits that just perfect.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. To throw, it's Russell. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll need to strike this one cleanly from 48 yards out. And that one took everything he had to sneak it over the crossbar inside the left upright. And that lead grows even bigger.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. This offense has it with really good field position. The give to the tailback. They get him stopped at the 26, but boy, that was an attitude run, a pickup of 6. Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Right back to him on the ground. There he goes. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
You better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, miss the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
The option look. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Now they're going to throw it. Trying to barrel in. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down.
But after getting stuffed on that run, you now have got fourth down. I'm not into chasing points this early in the game. I think you just take the field goal, you try to pay this drive off, and this opportunity to put something on the board, David.
Well, and nowadays you have these analytical cards, and the coaches, they literally look at every situation. Is it more advantageous to go for it or kick it? That's how they'll make this decision.
Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs. And the Trojans backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. Running back searching for a hole. That hole closed quickly. He'll get one out to the 6. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Look out, he's got room. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Makes the catch near the 50. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board. To let that one get away from them, they look like they are pumped up and ready to go here today.
And listen, it was a good drive, so you got to remember that. But they got to realize, I got to get points. When I get in those areas, I got to capitalize. And they wanted a touchdown last time. This drive, they can go make it happen.
He'll get it down to the 31, and that's where he goes out of bounds.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it 1 high safety? Is it 2 high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
Catch in the middle, it's Edwards. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. This is a great way to control tempo, control the game, feeding the tight end, and they've done it beautifully here in the first half.
You find great matchups, Reese. I mean, you think about it. He's too good to be covered by linebackers. You like your matchup versus a safety, so zone or man, whatever you want to do, I'm going to find the big fella because he
throws toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Bama! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
And, man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Georgia is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that's been sicking them since the opening kickoff. They're up 14 over South Carolina. Implications galore inside the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big should happen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The run from the shotgun. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. The Trojans will boot it away to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. They keep it on the ground to open the third. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Trying to impose their will with the run. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first two plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on third down expecting him to get the ball again.
Looking downfield, it's Russell. Quick strike complete. Alabama will get the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Throws to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Playing defensive back, to me, is one of the hardest things to do in all of sports. You've got to be able to run with a world-class athlete who knows where he's going. You have no idea. You can't interfere with him. You can't touch him or it's pass interference. That
going for it all. He makes a grab. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. And that is a punch right in the gut to make a play like that and have a penalty wipe it out. The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's not afraid to go deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Matthews. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. That's a fumble on the play. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. They knocked him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
Makes the tackle at the 31. It's a pickup of 5 on the play. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. On the run, fires downfield. Got his man on the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. And he'll try to make it 2 for 2, this time from 35 yards away. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And now the lead is even bigger. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding him to a field goal, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think the offense kind of got away from their identity a little bit on that last drive, David. They got to kind of get back to doing what they do.
Yeah, and hold on to the football. I mean, defense just did their job. Stopped them, held them to a field goal, limited the damage. Now it's time for the offense to get the momentum going again.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. On the ground, it's Dalton. Pretty good job of running to get there to the 32. And the Trojans come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Turning it on! That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Leaves it with the running back. Finding open areas. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
To the ground with the back.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Caught over the middle, it's Fowler. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket, threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Complete to the right. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
And you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
They knock him down behind the line, and the defense finishing this third quarter in style. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident.
Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. And the Trojans didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Makes the grab. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage, but you could tell the cornerback was up.
Touchdown, Trojans! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
And this offense finally gets something together and gets on the scoreboard. It's not over yet, but this is a good sign, man. They got the positive momentum. See if they can build on this, even though we're in the fourth quarter.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes that Alabama offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you're going to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Unloads to the wideout. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They're going to run it.
Yeah, and he's been dependable. He's been a guy that they've given the ball a lot. He's just been so productive, giving this offense an easy way to move the football down the field. 97 yards on the day.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Leaves it with the back. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. The Trojans moving quickly to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Working on the right. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. They were backed up, and then suddenly they weren't. They've got it 1st and 10 now inside the 50. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Fowler. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. This game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some...
Hits him in stride inside the 10. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. He wants to throw it again. Got it behind the line. It's Wormley. Trying to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Stevens. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. He's got it and still on his feet. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. He'll set up to throw. Bringing the heat. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
And that's the world we live in. You want to be aggressive, you want to get touchdowns, you don't want to kick field goals. Analytics says this, well, now you get no points. And the defense blows up in a big part of the field, gets the big sack on 4th down and goal.
This guy's been running hard all game long. In the 4th quarter now at that last run, he's now at 99 yards rushing. One more carry away from potentially reaching that 100-yard milestone that all running backs covet.
Caught in the backfield. It's Chubb. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
We've seen this guy have tons of success. He had over 100 yards right before that run, but defense gets the better of him there. Nice job of adjusting up front. Good job being physical by that D-line, too.
Makes a grab past the marker. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Back to throw. It's Russell. Fires to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. This offense needs something to feel good about. It hasn't been very productive today, Jesse.
Well, I think it's just important they stay aggressive, try to throw the football, and just see what this quarterback can do here at the end of the game to build confidence for the next time they take the field.
Yeah, and there hadn't been much good today. But build confidence, sure, but just show your team you're going to keep fighting no matter what the scoreboard says.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Matthews. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Zings it complete to the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Fires into the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. Throws to the wideout. Touchdown, USC! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays. And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
He's going to let it go. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Great job by the defense not falling asleep on that play. Like, you're right there in that fringe area, this part of the field where offenses will get a little bit aggressive and try to throw the football because they kind of think the field's shrinking. It's harder to run. Nice job staying on it, staying disciplined, and executing by this defense.
Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Looking for a man, it's Russell. Unloads to the wideout. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
After this, it'll be a wrap. On 4th down, going to the air. He puts some heat on that one down the middle. And it's knocked away. They'll give up the ball, failing to convert on 4th. Wants to throw on 1st down. Finds a tight end. Big play, takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get...